Good morning, everyone. I am a student of St. Thomas College and B.ed first semester student. My pedagogy is Pedagogy of Social Science. Today, I will be taking the topic of modern farming techniques. So, as we all know, that agriculture is our primary activity, and in India, agriculture is best suited. Along with its climate condition and environmental situation, we have been using agriculture as a medium of income. So, our farmers were following some primitive techniques. But now, as the situation is changing and population is also increasing, the demand for food is growing. So, we need to put these primitive techniques into modern techniques. Farming by tractor is an old and trusted practice which was followed by the farmers from a very ancient time. However, since the world population continues to grow, the demand for food is also increasing. So there was a need of modern farming methods. These modern farming methods was also known as industrial or conventional farming. It is a highly mechanized and technological driven approach to agriculture. This helps in maximizing the production as well as reducing the wastage. The modern farming methods like GPS guided machineries, drones, data analytics optimize the resource use. To meet the global food demands, there was a major concern, but the modern farming methods also faces some concerns about environmental sustainability due to its chemical runoff, soil degradation and biodiversity loss. Despite its efficiencies, there should be a balance between high output and also the ecological responsibility, which still remains a challenge. There are different types of modern farming methods which a farmer can use. First one is hydroponics. As the name suggests, hydroponics is a method where soil is used in a very minimum quantity and the plants are grown through the water. The water is the only medium through which the plants are growing. Aquaponics. It is a more sustainable method where we use less of water and less of land than traditional farming, and it produces both fish and crops. That means it helps in both fishiculture as well as cropping. Precision farm. This uses the technology for the analysis of the resources and their utilization. The technologies like GPS, data analytics, and sensors. Next is organic farming. Organic farming we are all aware of. It uses eco-friendly methods like vermicompost, manures, and green manures to keep the soil health intact. Next is aeroponics, a newly launched method which helps in growing crops in the air without soil. Just by spraying their roots with the mineral-rich water, we can grow crops easily. Agroforestry. In this method, it incorporates cropping between the rows of the trees. This helps in reducing the soil erosion through water and air or strong winds. Forest farming and windbreaks are some important agroforestry methods. Irrigation, a method that uses technology to provide water to the plants in the farms. It is essential for a crop survival. As we all know, water acts as a food and nutrient for the plants, so the water is an essential element for the growth of the crops. Monoculture. Mono means single. That means a method that involves a single cropping in a specific farm region. In this way, modern farming methods have increased the crop production through the use of synthetic fertilizers, machines, and high productive breeds. But Through this, there is a reduction in the health of the soil. Next is, as every coin has two faces, this also have some positive and some negative impacts. First, we will look out into some positive impacts. Increased productivity. Modern farming techniques have enabled growing higher crop yields. It helps in meeting the global hunger index. Next is efficient resource use. The resources like water, soil, everything is optimized through the technology. The use of technology helps in reducing the wastages and improving the resource efficiency. Reduced land conversion. Higher yields on existing farmland limits the conversion of natural habitats into agricultural land, keeping our forest land intact. Technological innovation. Since agriculture is one of the most income producing sector of our country, so these innovations are much required in the farming methods so that the farmers can use more sustainable practices along with using technologies. Next, let's look into some negative impacts. Soil degradation. Excessive use of tilling and chemical leads to soil erosion and reduced soil fertility is the major impact which is due to this modern farming techniques. Next is chemical pollution. Use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides can contaminate the soil and water bodies, and it impacts many aquatic species. Biodiversity loss. Monoculture and chemical use leads to a decline in the plant and animal diversity that disrupts the ecosystem. Water pollution. Since the fields are carrying pesticides and fertilizers, whatever water we are using that runoff from the fields towards the waterways, causing water pollution and harming the aquatic life. Greenhouse gas emission. Modern farming fuel uses synthetic fertilizers, productions and livestock, so which contributes to methane and excessive carbon dioxide release, causing greenhouse gas emissions. Loss of agro-ecosystem services. Intensive modern agriculture practices reduces the natural capacity of providing services like pollination and natural pest control. So, balancing the increased food production along with the environmental sustainability is the need of our. So, for the adoption of some more sustainable practices, there are different modern farming methods that are agroecology, organic farming, and regenerative agriculture, which focuses on minimizing the negative impacts while maintaining the increased productivity. Next, let's see some few difference between the traditional and the modern methods. First, let's see the traditional methods. In traditional method, manure and compost are used in the soil to improve its fertility. But in case of modern methods, we use chemical fertilizers. In traditional methods, these are more labor intensive techniques and machines are not used. Modern methods, more machines are used and less labor intensive technique. Traditional methods are the agriculture is subject to seasonal rainfall. In modern methods, the irrigation system is well developed and so it's not reliant on seasonal rainfalls. In traditional methods, animals are utilized to plow the land. But in modern methods, tractors are used to plow the field. In traditional methods, the crops are of great quality, but the production is very low. In modern methods, there is more of production, but the quality of crop is degraded. Last is the conclusion. as India has always been associated with the agriculture and its produces. So our farmers used to cultivate the fields from the ancient times. The time and the situation has changed, and there is a need of the development of a skill of modern farming technology in the agriculture. This introduction has helped many farmers in producing a good quantity of crops as well as helping them raising more income. It also helps in the in increasing our GDP, which is very much required for a country to flourish. So the Indian agriculture have changed its strategy of our Indian farmers from being in traditional farming methods to modern farming methods. These technologies are used for the data information and sophisticated growing platform with increased productivity and restoring the soil health. Thank you.